Pro boxing fans, Frank, Christian Hammond really had a go tonight, but Joe Joyce a bit too strong.
I told you it'd be a war because styles make fights. He came to try and rip that #1 spot off of him, and it was really exciting while it lasted. You know, Joe. He gets early on, it takes him a while to warm up, and the fact he'd been out for a year, the fact he had a broken wrist, all those things, were, for me, we're all going to be contribute to being such a good fight. And Hammer's just dangerous. I mean, even when he went down a couple of times, as soon as he got up, he tried to whiz over the right hand again, and it was a brilliant fight. And, I mean, Joe just showed what he is. He's a juggernaut. He's tough. He's relentless, and he done that job in great style. Finished it in great style.
Joyce against Dillian Whyte, do you like it?
I like it. Yeah, I like him against anybody. I don't think a lot of people would like the thought of fighting him. That's the problem.
Anything about Joe's performance that you would have wanted to change?
Well, I'd have preferred not to get clipped a couple of times, but that is what it is. And as I say, he's been out for a while, and he's said himself it's things he's got to work on. But maybe him getting clipped makes it even a better fight. That's what it is.
It was very entertaining to watch. But who else on the card were you impressed with tonight?
There were some really good performances. I thought Mark did well. Mark Chamberlain. I think that fight went on too long. I thought the referee could have stopped it, or his corner should have pulled the guy out. He took a lot of punishment, very brave, took a lot of punishment. I thought that he made a great debut, didn't he? Tommy Fletcher, he made a really good debut. He was very exciting, and he looks like he's going to be a great addition to Queensbury, and certainly to the scene. Delani Teti, I mean, he's a tremendous puncher. I mean, that was a nip and tuck fight between him and Jason until he got caught, and he got caught with by a tremendous punch. And it was we've seen him do that before. He did it with Paul Butler a few years ago, and he'd done it again. But Jason's with us. He's a tremendous guy, Jason. I've got a lot of time for him, and we will bring him back again in the autumn and get behind him if he wants to carry on, which I'm sure he will do, and get some more opportunities. And as far as Zalani is concerned, he'll get a crack at world title.
Frank, how realistic is it that we can get a name like Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker against Joe Joyce for September?
Well, Joe Parker, we've been down that road. I mean, it's pretty boring now. Look, of course, that's what we're in the business of, making fights. Why wouldn't somebody who's got any ambitions of fighting for a world title, why would they not fight Joe Joyce? He's got the #1 spot. You fight him, you've got a chance of getting a #1 spot.
Who else could you fight apart from White?
Oh, anybody in that top 15, top 20. That's what he'll do.
How do you think he does against the winner of AJ Usyk, who he'll want next?
I genuinely think he'd be too big. I mean, remember they got history, him and Usyk, from their amateur days. But I think he's a totally different fighter now. I think that'd be a great fight. And as far as Anthony Joshua is concerned, I think he's made for him. I don't see, Anthony Joshua's he's a good puncher, big puncher. He's got a great chin. He's a big puncher, and Anthony Joshua hasn't got a great chin. And he ain't going to have to go and look for him, is he? I mean, he'll be right on him, and he walks you down. He don't take a backward step. So I've got to fancy him big time against AJ.
Would Tyson Fury ever be an option for Joe Joyce?
That's up to Tyson. Tyson says he's the toughest guy he's sparred with. So at the end of the day, that's to Tyson. If Tyson does carry on, if he fights and unifies the title, there'll be mandatory defences, and he holds one of the positions in one of the governing bodies with the WBC that they're mandatory to be called, and they're going to have to defend it or give up or vacate.
Did you say you wanted to make the Dubois rematch next year in a stadium?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's a bigger fight now. It's big. Listen, it sold out last time. We sold it out, I think, in a couple of days before the COVID started. We had to postpone it twice, and then it went behind closed doors. Look, they've come on a bit, both of them, haven't they? They're both ranked #1, or in Daniel's case, he's got a title. He's got the WBA heavyweight title. Big fights, massive fights.
To your knowledge, did Jason...
Great heavyweight fights here. Great heavyweight fights to be made.
Did Cunningham have to go to hospital after the knockout? Did Jason have to go to hospital after the knockout?
I don't know. I haven't been told that. If he has, it'd be as a safety precaution.
Frank, is Tommy Fury against Jake Paul dead in the water? Do you think we still see that?
If he doesn't get to the embassy in time and doesn't get his Esther, which is what it's all about, then it will be. And we're hoping that's not going to be the case, but understand from Jake's position and his team, they can't hang around and wait forever. They've got a date booked and they're going to want somebody in there, in that opposite corner to sell tickets with. Let's hope it's going to be Tommy still.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it.